Okay, so considering how we met, this is not how I thought our second meeting would be. But episode 2 of Kadhakal, and I have with me Krisha Kurup.
Hi.
You didn't know which.
Just looked everywhere.
Hi Krisha, welcome to the
What's
show.
Nice meeting you. So nice meeting you, Steffi. Again, we just recently met. I never knew we would meet this soon so fast.
So fast for a completely different purpose.
Yeah.
So that is
Basically, it's a
exciting.
purpose we both like, talking.
Yes.
So I think it's the right purpose.
No?
Okay.
Okay.
And then nammal kandapam in a short time, I think we spoke a lot.
Yeah.
So
Siddharth would have been
yeah. So universe is like put them in a room,
let them talk.
give them mics.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to start off with like how most Tamilians, my first introduction to you was Yem Pondatini.
That should be my BGM in life.
Yeah, that
I
should
think
be
now.
a BGM in life because I'll tell you why. So I was in hostel when Goli Soda 2 had released.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I had no idea because like no phones or whatever.
Yeah.
And things like that. And one fine day, a friend of mine comes to me and he had just about fallen in love and had a girlfriend and things like that. So he's like, Macha, நேத்து ஒரு பாட்டு பார்த்தேன் அதுல ஒரு பொண்ணு செம்ம கியூட்டா
Really? Oh wow.
அது ஒரு பொண்ணு செம்ம கியூட்டா இருந்தா நானும் அந்த பாட்டு தான் என் ஆளுக்கு போடணும்னு நினைச்சேன்.
Oh wow.
என்ன பாட்டுடா அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன் என் பொண்டாட்டி.
Oh wow, this is nice. I mean,
yeah. So I want you to start off by acknowledging Yam Pondati Nidandi and what that, like, I feel like more than anything else, your career should be defined as before Yam Pondatini and after.
Absolutely. Like, that was my second movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before that, I don't think I had a career. So that was my career beginning.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, nobody expected our Pondatini to go this viral and all of that. And initially we had like a dance rehearsal and all. We were supposed to like moves and steps and all.
Okay.
If you like go really down on my Instagram, probably you can see me doing the Sridhar Master step, like what he did in the video song.
Okay.
So we like practiced it and all that. But in the end, we were like, no, probably just do what your characters are supposed to be doing. So that's how that. But I think so I was not very well versed with listening to a lot of Tamil music. But there was something about this song that when we were rehearsing only, it gets hooked on to you. Like, you know, you get hooked on to that song. It was like a earworm to me. And I was surprised for somebody who didn't know that much of Tamil. ഇത്രയും നന്നായിട്ട് ഒരു പാട്ടൊരു ഹുക്കായിട്ട് മാറാനായിട്ട് അതിന് എന്തൊരു കഴിവുണ്ടാവണ്ട ലൈക്ക് ദ മ്യൂസിക് ദ ബീറ്റ് ഓർ വാട്ട് എവർ ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ആൻഡ് that stuck by. And when it came out, I mean, wow, like I honestly what you said before Pondatini, after Pondatini, that happened. And I think literally innale when we were in Thrissur and one girl came up to me and like മ്യൂസിക് ആൽബം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലേ പടങ്ങളിൽ നടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് അതാണോ ഉദ്ദേശം അല്ല മ്യൂസിക് ആൽബം ഈ ഗോളി സോഡയുടെ പാട്ടാണ് പറയുന്നത് അല്ല മ്യൂസിക് ആൽബം ഞാൻ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ച് പറയാം ആയിക്കോട്ടെ ഷീ വെന്റ് and then she's like എനിക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല മ്യൂസിക് ആൽബം പൊണ്ടാട്ടിനി പാട്ടാണോ അത് ഗോളി സോഡ 2യുടെ പാട്ടാണ്.
That's what I'm coming to.
So people thought that was a independent song in itself. I'm like, no, that's a movie. That was a movie that was about. But yeah, that song was. I still like it.
Yeah, it's still one of those. You know, now there's this whole thing that you make music has come down to that 30 seconds which can get famous on reel. I feel like Pondatini was that even before it was a thing.
It had that. I remember after the song released and all in Chennai when I was walking, and there were people like, hey Pondatini. And I was like,
no sir.
Yarku na Pondatini. Day, my name is Krisha. Okay, but I understand, like people, that becomes your kind of recognition.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed it. I myself was a teenager, so I was like, yay, this is
nice.
cute.
So that's what I want to come to next. So you did Alagu Kutti Chellam when you were 15.
Yes.
Without knowing Tamil.
Yes.
Right? And one thing, like as someone who lives in Coimbatore, okay, and with someone who's lived in Chennai and has had good connect with Tamil audience, like I know what Tamil audience are like.
Yeah.
they tend to have this டக்குன்னு உரிமை எடுத்து பேசுறது in the sense like பெட்டன்னு you suddenly become of their own. Like they watch you on screen.
They apnapan, what you call.
They own you very fast, right? And Azhagukutty Chellam is a very complicated film in that sense. And so there are a couple of things that I want to ask you. Okay. One, without knowing Tamil, how do you crack? I know you said you had to rattomarify a lot of the lines. You kept forcing yourself to talk in Tamil and things like that. That I remember reading. But there's also something about getting into the character, right? So how do you sort of place yourself in a place like that? Into how do you then deal with audience? Like ipo parnille rotu pombo pondati nee alla chatta but okay. Like, so how did you like maneuver through it all, and what was that like?
So Ponnatini, like you correctly said, is my first movie, and then I was very young. Like today when I look back at it, I see the flaws of my acting myself. But then back that time, a character of that sort, when Charles sir told me about the character, he said it's an inspiration from the movie Juno.
Okay.
So that's what was his reference for it. So I had watched Juno before that. And it was a beautiful movie in itself. You cannot not like that movie. And this came across, and Charles sir is not somebody who believes to give the entire script. Right. He believes in spontaneity. He believes in I think he's one of those directors I worked with who sees more about reacting than acting. So his is what does the ambience help you out to react like?
Right.
What does this emotion, if somebody tells you this in this particular tone, how would you react? What would be your reaction? So he leaves a lot on the actor to do that. The scene was composed. Each scene was composed like that. Each scene was said like that. The first scene I ever performed was വഴക്ക് പിടിക്കുന്ന സീന്. അച്ഛൻ അടിച്ചിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ വയറ് വീർത്ത് നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ അച്ഛൻ തിമിരുതാ ഉണക്ക് and all that പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. That was my first day of shoot in Tamil cinema, and first that evening, and Ayyappan sir was the script writer, and he is a Malayali. എന്നിട്ട് പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ ഇങ്ങനെ എഴുതുവാണ് തമിഴില്. അപ്പാ ചുമ്മാ ആൾക്ക് കത്താതിങ്ക. വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദിസ്, വാട്ട് ഇസ് കത്താതിങ്ക? സോ ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് എനിക്ക് മലയാളം എഴുതാൻ അറിയാം. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ എഴുതി. ബിക്കോസ് ചില വാർത്തകൾ നമുക്ക് ഇല്ലല്ലോ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ അത് എഴുതുമ്പോൾ എന്നൊക്കെ എഴുതാൻ നേരത്തെ ഇത്തിരി ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്. മലയാളത്തിൽ എഴുതുന്നു, മറാഠിയിൽ എഴുതുന്നു, ഹിന്ദിയിൽ എഴുതുന്നു, ഉള്ള ഭാഷയിലൊക്കെ എഴുതുന്നു. എൻ്റെ ഡാഡിയും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു അപ്പോൾ. അപ്പം എൻ്റെ ഡാഡി ഇങ്ങനെ നോക്കിയിട്ട് എന്താ കാണിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടി, പോവാം നമുക്ക്, ബാഗ് പാക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നമുക്ക് വീട്ടിലേക്ക് പോവാം. ഇതൊന്നും it's not, it sounded really difficult. Right. And I was also nervous. But then you're 15, you remember that, you know, you have that extra somewhat courage to do പോവാൻ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒന്ന് ശ്രമിച്ചിട്ട് പോയിക്കൂടെ. If they're going to tell me get out, might as well I try it, give it my all, and then if it's a get out, at least I tried. So 15 does that to you. After that is when you start getting a little careful, and seatbelt comes on into life, that's rash driving phases of your life. So I went there, and I remember my dad was up on the first floor. It was a bungalow, and down this entire commotion is going on. That's the first proper set I've been on in life, full on with lights and camera and all of that. So ரொம்ப இப்படி சவுண்ட் அதிகமா இருக்கும், கலவல கலவல கல. And then when it's action, it's pin drop silence. And then again after cut it is like, hey vaanga, hey, you know how it gets. It can get really loud on a set. My father is up, he's having a cigarette, and he's like, oh, God alone knows what's happening, we need to pack our bag and leave. And I'm like, he heard action, and he heard me saying this dialogue and all of that, and then he's like, kalabala kalabala kalabala. I started again. I remember my father coming down the steps like kada kada kada. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with that? And dad was like, my daughter messed it up, somebody's screaming at her, I need to go protect her, what's this happening? And then you're like, illa illa mudichichu, one take la mudichichu, super ah irundhuchu, pa super amazing. And that's how it was. And so did I make pronunciation mistakes and all of that? Yes, I did. But there was always dubbing to save you, right? But that was my first ever experience in any kind of cinema, doing my first scene, proper scene like that. And after that, it was a lot more easier. Once you break that first thing, ആദ്യത്തെ സ്റ്റെപ്പല്ലേ നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിട്ട് തോന്നുന്നത്. And I think it was kind of a tester from Charles sir also. Now when I look back, introspect about it, like I'm like, did he wanted to see if I can do this, or next day പുതിയ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിനെ കൊണ്ടുവരണോ? So അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു സംഭവമായിരുന്നെന്ന് ഇപ്പം എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. But then there was no looking back. Like every scene felt more natural, felt like I knew I was not somebody who had inhibition of camera. So I'm not somebody who was conscious of camera. But that all worked in favor. So, and if I were to, and I think in general as a human being, I'm not a shy human being. So when I was asked to cry on the streets of Chennai and walk with being like 9 months pregnant and walking and crying, I was like, yeah, I can do that. It didn't feel like, oh, എങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യും, വല്ലവരും കാണുമോ? I don't know. It was not there.
Right.
I'm now actually when you say about it, I'm thinking probably, but now also I'm like, അതിലെന്താ ചെയ്യാൻ? And I still remember അതൊരു രാവിലെ ഒരു 7 മണിക്ക് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തൊരു ഷോട്ടായിരുന്നു. സൂസൈഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന പരിപാടി. അപ്പം അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ലീഡ് വാക്കൊക്കെ, എന്നിട്ട് ഒരു പാവ ഒരു സ്ത്രീ പോയിട്ടാ എന്നമ്മാ ഇത് പണി വെച്ചിരിക്കീങ്ക, ലൈക്ക് ഷീ ലൈക്ക് okay, like, you know, okay. So we had people naturally commenting on that, and then we had to go retakes for that. That was it. So somewhere that's where I fell in love with cinema, you know, the fact that you can do something that's different, you know, like that you can have fun, you can show that crazy little side of yours. So that's where actually Arigagudi Chalam made me fall with the process of filmmaking.
I also want to ask you about how, you said this was not even there in the wildest of your dreams.
No way.
Right?
No way.
And it did happen, and it happened in the most unlikeliest of ways. True. Right? A random FB picture, and then you get a message on Messenger. But ഇതൊക്കെ വായിച്ചപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് എവിടെയോ തോന്നിയത് we'll just give it a try and see where it goes എന്നൊരു attitude. Right? So I don't know, but what was that like? Was it just like, I'm just going to dive into this and we'll see where this goes? Was it just that?
It was. And it still is. Right. We are still there. I don't think anything has changed.
Okay.
So still sometimes I'm like, am I an actor yet? Am I not an actor yet? So, because I don't think anybody trains you, like to, I mean, at least I personally didn't get this training of how to behave like an actor, or when do you realize that now you are an established actor? When does that happen? I don't think that ever happens. Right. You're constantly on, like, you don't know. Friday to Friday, your destiny changes. So for me back then, it was like I got this message, somebody's asking me for a movie, and that time I didn't have a cell phone of my own. I gave my father's number. He's calling my father, talking in Tamil. All that happened. Right. And then thereafter also it's been happening that way. So Vijay Armstrong sir from Arigagudi Chalam, he was the DOP. Right. He suggested me to Vijay Milton sir for Goli Sura 2. So that's how Goli Sura 2 happened. Or even now the most recent Rond for me to happen, it was via social media.
Yeah.
So each time it comes, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Like, right. If somebody thinks that I am apt for it, who am I to say no? I mean, yeah, I can audition for it. And if something does not feel right, avaru parayuallo. They will not take me as an actor in. But I'm always, I think, cheyidu nokka. Like, what's the harm? Right. But yeah, do it with sincerity. That's one thing that's like എങ്ങനെയാ പറയുന്നത്, honest. Be honest to whatever it is
that you're doing.
That moment, or when I'm emoting, or when I'm trying to show a certain emotion, there is nothing else but that emotion in my body. Right. So and listen.
Right.
Listen and perform honestly. Not even perform, just be honest there. whether it's a director, DOP, whoever at that point, if it's an associate, if it's your co-actor, the dialogue the co-actor is saying, the instructions your DOP is saying about catching a light to, sitting in the right spot, or understanding your marks on this thing, to what the director wants or which emotion to be portrayed. Listen to all of it. So these are the only things that I know to do as an actor.
Sweet. But now that we're doing a very intellectual conversation, I want to backward to a long time back. So for all those of you who don't know this, Krisha actually began as a voiceover artist.
Yes.
I don't know how many people know this, but I read this and I'm like, wow. Can you please talk about that?
It all starts with this whole thing of, so I think I was in 7th grade and one of my dad's friend was like, they opened some dubbing studio and they're doing this. I'm like, sounds interesting. Can I try this? He's like, हाँ जाओ बेटा, जाके आपका आवाज दे के आओ, देखते अगर उनको पसंद आया तो वो ले लेंगे. And I'm like, and best part, it was one building away from my dance class. അപ്പം ഞാൻ ഡാൻസ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പോയിട്ട് തിരിച്ചു വരുന്ന വഴിക്ക് ഈ ബിൽഡിംഗ് അല്ലേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് അവിടെ ഒരു തൂഫാൻ ജി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഒരാളായിരുന്നു. അയാളുടെ പേര് തൂഫാനായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഈസ് ലൈക്ക്, തൂഫാൻ ജി മേ ബിൽഡിംഗ് കെ നീचे हो, ജോ ബേട്ടാ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഫ്ലോർ പേ. എന്നിട്ട് അവിടെ പോയി. എന്നിട്ട് they gave me this third and bird. That was the series' name, okay? It was a BBC network thing, CBBS channel.
Yes.
And they wanted to translate from English to Hindi. And then they gave me this character called Samuel. And then another character called Muffins. And like, abhi beta, ye dialogue hai. ये आपका सीन है. And that's my first dubbing studio. I'm like, wow, amazing. My first excitement, trust me, as a 7th standard girl, was air condition aano ellam. I was like, wow,
I get to be in the
AC for all this while. And then he's like, idi dana ada dana. So he's like, अभी ये डायलॉग ना ये क्यू पे ना ऐसा जब मैं बोलूंगा ना तभी आप बोलना और फिर यहाँ पे रुकना. उसका लिप्स देख रहे हो? I'm like, you mean beak? Yeah, the beak of the bird. They're parrots, basically. It's a family of parrots. Okay. Sorry, I didn't give you that. So, അവരുടെ ആ ബീക്ക് നോക്കിയിട്ട് അതനുസരിച്ച് നിങ്ങൾ okay. And then he was like, वाह बेटा इसके पहले किए हो? I'm like, नहीं अंकल. So I'm like, अच्छा तो it's good. Maybe आप ये कर सकते हो. Samuel character आपको जम जाएगा. अच्छा लग रहा है. And I did that. And guess what? I got some pocket money also. Win-win situation.
Yeah.
And I was like, I went.
You were an earning member at 7th grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like child labor now. If you look like, you see that actually. But then still, I was like, I came home and like dialogue, endai. I'm like, select I. Hey, I'm like, yeah. Like, സത്യത്തിലാണോ? അപ്പം പൈസ തരുന്നുണ്ടോ? പൈസ തരുന്നു. അപ്പം നിനക്ക് നീ അത്ര നന്നായിട്ട് ചെയ്തു, നിനക്ക് പൈസ തന്ന് അവർ ചെയ്യിപ്പിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നോ?
എന്തോ ഒരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടല്ലോ.
എൻ്റെ ഡാഡി കൂട്ടുകാരനെ വിളിച്ചു ചോദിച്ചു, कृषा ने बोला ऐसा सेलेक्ट हो गई है. हाँ, तूफान जी बता रहे थे कि अच्छा किया बेटी ने, तो हमने सोचा ये एक सीज़न तो उससे करा ही लेते हैं. लगे അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നു. ആഴ്ച 3 തവണ അങ്ങനെ എങ്ങാണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് സം ഗുഡ് മണി. ഐ മീൻ ബാക്ക് ഇൻ 7th grade, യു ഇമാജിൻ 1 മണിക്കൂറിന് 800 രൂപ എങ്ങാണ്ട് തരുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഐ ആം ലൈക്ക്, wow,
rich.
Yeah, I'm like, all goes to putting into my piggy bank. എനിക്ക് എന്തായിരുന്നു അത്, ഓഡി R8 സ്പൈഡർ വാങ്ങണമായിരുന്നു. ഈ 800 രൂപ വെച്ചിട്ടായിരുന്നു എൻ്റെ ആശ അത് വാങ്ങാൻ. അത് കാര്യം വേറെ. പക്ഷെ എല്ലാം പിഗ്ഗി ബാങ്കിൽ പോകുമെന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ട് അമേസിങ് തന്നെ. And I did that.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, that's it.
You know, from all of this, what has really amused me is, do you feel like somewhere you drive on curiosity?
Yes.
And the high of, you know what, I'm just going to do this. I don't care what this is going to happen. Because, again, I've seen an interview of yours where you said, you know, initially as a child, for me, going for films was just about the popcorn because popcorn was not that available.
True.
So, how do you sort of keep that curiosity alive? Namali parayna pole, you say, no, at 15, there's no guards whatsoever. It's just your...
True.
Everything in you is just like, oh, this sounds nice. Oh, this sounds nice. But then, we keep growing.
True.
And then adulting happens. And then a lot of layers come in and things like that. So, how do you keep yourself curious? Because you still seem like that 15-year-old that you're explaining to me now. So how do you sort of keep that child alive? Or
I think I may see. I just feel I'm just a. I don't think that will also work. But that I'm just away from a major embarrassment in my life. Till that time, I'll have hope. I feel curiosity. It looks like somebody. And it takes a lot for me to get embarrassed. So that's also there.
Jokes on you, brother.
So, and again, when does adulting happen? That's another question. I really thought, സത്യത്തിൽ ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചു ഞാൻ 18 ആകുമ്പോൾ എന്തോ ഒരു മാറ്റം വരും. വലിയത് മാറിയിട്ടില്ല സ്റ്റെഫി. ഒരു മാങ്ങാത്തൊലി നടന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഇത് എപ്പോഴാവുന്നത്? Nothing. So I think there's one called as biological age and one called as mental age. So mental age is stuck, my child. So like
it's not moved.
No, it's not moved. It's not moved. Like no, the RPM is not shifted one bloody bit. I'm still stuck. So I don't know what keeps me still curious, to be honest. But I think that is me as a person. Nice. I don't think it's something that I've grown into, or I have taken in this quality, or I've seen somewhere and adapted it. No, it's always been me from the beginning. Right. So that I think my curiosity is my individuality or originality, I can say. So it's not something that I wear and I have to remove. Right. I think I know when I'll be 60 also I'll be curious. Aww. Maybe for different things. Right, but a lot of my life is driven on to say that what happens if I do it? Like, what's the harm? I mean,
like, do you feel like you think it? What's the worst that could happen? But I don't care, so I'll just do this. Like, do you think of like worst case scenarios, or?
I see. For me, worst case scenarios is like murdering somebody, going to jail, getting killed. So if that at all is not happening, I think we are good. അതൊന്നും സംഭവിക്കുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. So then I think it's like, okay, there's no flip side to it for me. Am I hurting anybody with doing what I'm doing? No, I'm not. Am I disrespecting myself or somebody around me? No, I'm not. So why not? Yeah. So that's where I am driven by. My entire thought process goes like that. So doing anything that I've done in my life comes from the space of wanting to live life also. Right. It's not like ഇത് മാത്രം ചെയ്ത് ഞാൻ ജീവിക്കും, അല്ല ഇത് തന്നെയായിരിക്കും എൻ്റെ ഐഡൻറ്റിറ്റി എന്ന് I don't believe in that. So unless you put yourself in different shoes, how do you realize, or I mean, just the fun fact of being able to put yourself in different shoes. That excites me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like, and I am a shoe person. Okay, I like my shoes. Okay. So just knowing that, I can do that also, and I can do this also, and I can do that also. Why not?
It's that.
Yeah, some days I'm a stiletto girl. Some days I'm like my flat. Some days a loafer can do. Some days a good, what do you call a ballet can do. So it's more like that.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like that perspective. Nice. I have to like rewatch this and be like, Krisha, you know what? That makes sense. Now, performances. Cinema acting, okay. Your performance space. That's all I want to tell you, and I just want you to talk about it. Theater aikote, dance shows aikote. I don't know. I don't know. I have no question there. I just want you to talk about it and what that feels like when you like, especially when you're like devising workshops and things like that. How exciting is it? Or like, what goes on in your head in things like that?
See, I think I'm even an actor is because I have these performances in life. Okay. I can't do otherwise. I mean, എൻ്റെ പകുതി അനുഭവങ്ങൾ ജീവിതത്തിൽ വരുന്നത് ഈ പെർഫോമൻസ് കാര്യങ്ങളും കാരണവും ആൾക്കാരെ പരിചയപ്പെടുന്ന കാരണവും അവരുടെ ത്രൂ ജീവിതം ജീവിക്കാൻ കിട്ടാനുള്ളൊരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി കാരണം തന്നെയാണ്. And Bharatanatyam is something started, I think I was 3.5. And there's, wow, like, I mean, how, like, when, and I mean, I'm still practicing, and I think that it's going with me into the grave. I mean, probably ഞാൻ അരമണ്ടിയിലായിരിക്കും ഗ്രേവിലും കിടക്കുന്നതെന്ന് എനിക്ക് ചിലപ്പോൾ തോന്നാറുണ്ട്. But just being how it's changed for me myself over the years. Even you revisit the same piece 5 വയസ്സുള്ളപ്പോഴും 15 വയസ്സുള്ളപ്പോഴും 25 വയസ്സുള്ള ഒരേ സംഭവം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കാൻ നേരത്ത് അതിൻ്റെ ഭംഗി മാറും, നമ്മുടെ സെൻസിബിലിറ്റികൾ മാറും. അത് നമ്മൾ പെർഫോം ചെയ്യാൻ നേരത്ത് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഒരു 10 വർഷം മുന്നേ ഉള്ള വീഡിയോസ് എടുത്ത് നോക്കിയാൽ അതിൽ എനിക്ക് കാണാം എൻ്റെ കണ്ണിലൊരു വേറൊരു ഇമോഷനാണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ അത് ചെയ്യാൻ നേരത്തെ എൻ്റെ ഒരു വേറൊരു ഇമോഷനാണ്. ലൈഫ് ഇസ് ഹാപ്പിൻഡ്, യുനോ. ആൻഡ് വെൻ യു പെർഫോം ദ സെയിം പീസ് ഓൾസോ, that's how I track life, I can say. എൻ്റെ ഇമോഷൻ മെച്ചോറിറ്റി ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്, അല്ല എൻ്റെ ശരീരം എങ്ങനെയാണ്. That's how I track life for me. How else do you track life? Like how else do you see what has been your inner growth, what has been, you'll have to you have to put yourself in similar situation time and again to actually collect data about yourself. So it's me doing Alaripu in every 5 years and realizing data collection and realizing how it's changed for me by body, by mind, by approach, or even how I want the people viewing it to change. പണ്ട് എനിക്ക് ആൾക്കാർ ഇത് കണ്ടിട്ട് പറയുന്നു, വാ ഒരു കുഞ്ഞി കുട്ടി ഇത്ര ഭംഗിയായിട്ടാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, പെർഫെക്ഷൻ. ഇപ്പം എനിക്ക് അവർക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഇസ് ദാറ്റ് അലാരിപ്പു ദോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ലൈക്ക് ഫുഡ് ഹെവി, നൃത്ത ഹെവി സ്റ്റഫ്, പക്ഷെ അതിലൊരു സൗമ്യതയുണ്ട്, അതിലൊരു ദർ ഈസ് എ intricacy of this thing, and that is the first piece I ever learned. And to just show them how excited still I am to be doing that. Like it still excites me to do an Alaripu. So aa sambhavam as a performer, I feel is the best part about being a performer on stage, and that goes with theatre, that goes with workshops, or that goes with anything else. Like I also do mandala. So when I do mandala also, when I see the mandalas that I had when I was 10, like 15 or 16 years old, and to when I see it now, ആ ഇമോഷൻ മാറും. നമ്മുടെ ഓരോ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നടന്ന ഓരോ സംഭവങ്ങൾ അതിൽ റിഫ്ലക്റ്റ് ആവും. സോ I think stage is where art is the best. That spontaneity about stuff, no repeating of stuff, it's as honest as it can get. Like there's nothing, there is no like, can we do this again, can I redo it?
Single take ആണ്.
A single take life another. And what you feel then is what you actually feel, and you're the most present on stage. So അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു സംഭവമുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ ഭയങ്കര സീരിയസ് ആയോ? ഇല്ലല്ല. Shake it off, Krisha.
When you're working with a debutant director, how different is the energy?
സ്റ്റെഫിന്റെ ഇതെന്റെ ആദ്യത്തെ പടം അല്ല ഡെബ്യൂട്ടന്റ് ഡയറക്ടറിനെ വെച്ച്. Like I mean, most of my directors, no, that's okay. Most of my directors have largely been, I think, debutant directors. I mean, I have worked with some great directors also simultaneously. പക്ഷെ അതിൽ വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടോ?
No, I'm just trying to like understand.
See, I feel a debutant director has great energy. Amazing, like that fire. It's a fire that he's been carrying around, or she's been carrying around since a while. ഇതാണ് അവരുടെ ഒരു ലൈക്ക് ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ബിലീവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, ഡയറക്ടർ പടം എടുക്കുന്നത് ഒരു തവണയാണ്, 1000 തവണ മനസ്സിൽ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. It's played and replayed, and he's fallen in love, he's judged the character, he's rewritten the character, he's edited the character. 10 ആൾക്കാരെ ബൗൺസ് അത് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അത് ഇത് ശരിയാണോ ഉറക്കം വരെ അവർക്ക് they must have lost sleep on to making this cinema. Once he gets to make, or once she gets to make, and when the director gets to make that, they're full fire. Now, if you have to be a great director, that fire has to be the same for every movie. So I think everybody is a debutant director. Like every movie is being made only once. So everybody technically in every movie of theirs is a debutant
director.
So every അത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ എനിക്ക് വ്യത്യാസം ഇല്ല. For me, any director, like old, new, young, first time, 100th movie, whatever, award winning, non-award winning, the brief for me is the same. Listen. കേക്കു, അവർ പറയുന്ന കേക്കു. Don't like, it's not me. Does it change because he's a debutant or he's not? It doesn't change for me.
Right.
It doesn't change. So this word of debutante director does not hold anything for me. He's a director, period.
That's
Or
all. That's the long and short of
he
it.
is not the right term. She is a director. That's it. That there is no debutante, 10 movie old, 12 movie old. Okay. Like you're an actor. Doesn't
Right.
matter. You're a like no. Does it? I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm offending anybody.
Next, what I want to ask you is a very, very cliched question, but you just have to bear with me.
Okay.
Governor and working with Manoj Bajpayee. The Manoj Bajpayee. That's all, man. Like, talk. I'm listening.
Sorry, I'm just reliving the moment.
Did it feel like going back home? Like all this Malayalam Tamil work later?
Yes, actually it did.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and a Pagadi thinking language is English and Pagadi is Hindi.
Right.
Like, Ketta Varta and all is first is Hindi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm born and brought up in
Yeah,
Bombay.
fair.
So, I mean,
Okay.
I've heard that before other languages like, Adile velludum parnju tharuvo was the space. But in
Okay.
Hindi, it was like, hi, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. I was just introduced to it.
Okay.
But yes, it did feel, it felt home.
Yeah.
It does. When everybody around you is of the same sensibility what you grew up in. It feels different. And
what was that experience like? How did it feel? Like,
I think I first met him during our table read.
Okay.
And I mean, I heard about him coming before he came in to the room. Manoj Sarai, Manoj Sarai, Manoj Sarai. So I'm like, and he was like, എൻ്റെ മുമ്പിൽ ഒരാൾ അതിൻ്റെ അപ്പുറത്താണ് മനോജ് സാറ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. Somebody this close quarters. Like, and I'm seeing, those names are kept, no? Like Krisha Kurup, the other actors, and then Manoj Bajpayee. I'm like, in the view, he nokial ore frame aanu. Just that to just be on the table across him and see him in human, for me, it's a big deal. Like, I mean, for me, he's practically been a part of my growing up years in cinema, അയാളെ കുറിച്ച് കേട്ടിട്ടും കണ്ടിട്ടും അയാളുടെ സിനിമകൾ കണ്ടിട്ടും like fan. And I mean, when Gangs of Wasseypur and all released, I was a young adult, അപ്പം adulthood in adult as in legal adulthood age like ഇങ്ങനെ കാല് വെച്ചേ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. So it was like, wow, amazing what he could do. And then all the movies that he's done, like, and then Family Man also came in. I mean, Family Man is like great cinema. I mean, these are very few I'm taking. These are very there are so many Aligarh.
Oh yeah.
Satya.
That man is something else.
Something else.
Honest.
And you think that they have something some or like weight ആണോ ജാടയാണോ എന്താണ്, I don't know what else you call it. Yeah. No, there is nothing like that. When he came there, he's an actor. And that's exactly why, like, this framework of debutantes.
Right.
know,
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, he treated me as an actor. He didn't matter whether it was my debut in Hindi. So he was an actor there. He played the character so well. And to just be able to see him live and I mean, most of my scenes are with him. So moment to moment, how he, even in different takes, how the same dialogue can sound so different. The variety he has, the control, only when you have control on something can you actually be able to tweak it how you want to, you have the power and the vision to make it different. So that he had. And with him, I realized it's where Arugagudi Chalam taught me that you're a reacting actor there.
Yeah.
It's what he'll throw at you is where you pick it up from. And that's where probably you feel that ഇങ്ങനെ ഡയമണ്ട് ഒരച്ചരച്ചരച്ചിങ്ങനെ പോളിഷ് ആക്കിയ ഒരു സംഭവം, ഒരു തിളക്കം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ ഒരു ആസ് എ ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീങ്, ആസ് എൻ ആക്ടർ, that you feel there, And at no point does he make you feel who he is, or I'm Manoj Bajpayee or something like that. We have that. I think കൂടുതൽ നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിലാണത്. Oh, I'm Manoj Bajpayee sir. പക്ഷേ I think പക്ഷെ എനിക്ക് മതിയായിട്ടില്ല സ്റ്റെഫി. ലൈക്ക് എനിക്ക് എന്തോ ഞാൻ ആ സെറ്റ് വിട്ടത് അല്ല ഈ ഗവർണർ പടം തീർക്കുമ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ആഗ്രഹം is like this is just the beginning. Like when you taste blood, you wanted more. So not a cannibal. പക്ഷെ just like that, like എനിക്ക് തീർന്നിട്ടില്ല അത്. I'm not content yet. I want to work with him more. So I think it's just the beginning. Like for me, it's a present continuous tense.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's going to continue happening to me to work with him. I'm manifesting, bro. I don't know how much it works.
Whoever, wherever universe
is listening,
please take notes.
Any like all, there are many more.
Yeah.
But since now I've got a real-time taste of this, he continues to be. Plus others also.
Plus others also.
Yeah. But I'm content. I'm just satisfied to know that bloody I'm in one frame with that man.
That felt like absolute cinema.
എന്തോ ഞാൻ കളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. Something I did. Something. And it's not about doing something, or something you did right.
Yeah.
To be with somebody you love as an actor. You have practically, he's been somebody who you have enjoyed watching on screen, and you'll still enjoy him. And I'm literally scared when I see the movie now. That am I going to be watching him, or should I be watching me? Or how is it going to be? So. And another thing that I really loved about that entire set or experience was being able to take my mom to go meet him.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think my mom was also a little starstruck. So
I mean,
yeah. So to be just able to spread that joy or share that joy with my mother also is something that I cherish with Governor and Manoj Bajpayee sir.
Yeah.
So എന്ത് പറയാനാ, like this, I mean, I'm in loss of, I think I'm good. I'm good.
I just like, we'll wind this up soon,
Okay.
but there's this one thing that I really wanted to tell you / ask you about. So we've spoken about Pondatini and all of that, but there's this one moment, one particular performance of yours that struck me the most. Would be Rond, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So, Rond is easily a one-night story. It's about these two police officers. Ultimately, it's about these two police officers. And I feel like both of these police officers are cut from the same cloth. But in like because of their age and things like that, they're in two completely different zones.
Space.
Right. Now, the thing is, I felt there's a portion where maybe Dilli Shetty's character in the film gets some more chance in space to establish what his relationship is with his wife. Whereas between your character and Roshan's, that's not the case. Except for the very rare phone call scenes that you guys get to make. പക്ഷെ അതിനുള്ളിൽ കൺവേ ആവണം the sort of relationship that you share. But for me, what struck me the most is that last hospital scene, wherein there's a lot of struggling and moving around and crying and all of that's happening. And this one thing that I ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് കണ്ട ഒരു സാധനം is how you're not crying to pull him away. You don't go away, stay here with me and your child needs you, is what was conveyed to me, right, amidst the chaos and things like that's happening. So I read an interview of yours wherein you said, Shahi sir said, I want you and Roshan to choreograph and see where this goes. Yes. What was going through both of your head while choreographing this? Why I wanted to ask you that was because for Roshan's character, as audience, we have evidently seen a graph that's gone by. Like Ratri full and then a point at the journey we've seen. But for you, it was a lot of internal work, from what I understand. So, yeah. What was that like when you know, and then you guys sit together to devise and understand what you want to do there?
I think the first step was very practically. What can you do with your body, with that space? And because we have other police inspectors there, and there's movement that's happening. There is this, the kid is there. The entire journalists are there, and this news breaks out like
out of nowhere.
Right? When he walks out and he sees all those journalists and all that. So, like you clearly mentioned, Dinnath's character is not somebody who's established yet. He does not know the cons of being a cop. Unlike
he's
if you
still
say,
innocent.
For him, it's like, what's this happening? He's also reacting to it in a very different manner. If you see how Dilesh sir's character reacted to it, onto very poised, and he knew tuck, take her, get her there. അച്ഛൻ്റെ അവിടെ ആക്കിയിട്ട് ലൈക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഒരു പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ സംഭവം, ഒരു ഈ ഉള്ളിലൊരു ഇമോഷൻ ക്യാരി ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിയല്ല. അത് റോഷൻ വാസ് ഓൾ ബ്ലാസ്റ്റ് ഔട്ട്. They are young. They are young. They are naive. All of that. So one of the easiest way of doing that was catching Anu and Dinnath's character as it is. Avari react like, and somewhere you say this, right? Couples that live long together, they twin kind of things. Emotions twin. So I think that's one thing that was found there. അവർ രണ്ടുപേരും റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നോക്കിയാൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൺ സിമിലർ ലൈൻസ്. ലൈക്ക് ആദ്യം ഒരു ഷോക്ക്, രണ്ടാമതൊരു വിട്ടു പോകാതെ അവിടെ ഈവൻ ഹീ വോണ്ട്സ് ടു ബി ദർ, ഈവൻ ഷീ വോണ്ട്സ് ടു ബി. സോ ഇറ്റ് വാസ് സ്പോക്കൻ വെരി പ്രാക്ടിക്കലി. ലൈക്ക് ഇത് ഇവിടുന്ന് വെരി കൊറിയോഗ്രാഫ്ഡ് സംഭവമായിരുന്നു. ഇതെങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, ഈ കൈ വെച്ചാണോ പിടിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്, കുട്ടി ഏത് കൈയിലാണ്, കുട്ടീനെ കൈ സ്വാപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ, എന്നാ ഫേസ് കവറാകാതെ നോക്കാമോ, ക്യാമറ എവിടെയാണ്. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് വെരി ടെക്നിക്കലി അപ്രോച്ച്ഡ്. ആൻഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഒരു ടേക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പം, ഒരു ടേക്ക് ആക്ച്വലി അല്ല, നമ്മൾ ഒരു തവണ ഇങ്ങനെ വെരി മെക്കാനിക്കൽ റിഹേഴ്സൽ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഓൺ ടേക്ക് വി ബോത്ത് walked into what Dinnath and Anu was only. There was no discussing of how we'll emote it. ഈ ടെക്നിക്കൽ ആസ്പെക്ട് അല്ലാതെ വി ബോത്ത് വർ വെരി ഷുവർ ഓഫ് വെയർ അന്നു വാസ് ആൻഡ് വെയർ ദിന്നാഥ് വാസ്. സോ അത് വെച്ച് ചെയ്തു, ആൻഡ് അത് വർക്കായി. അത് അങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് ബിക്കോസ് നമ്മൾ ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിരുന്നല്ലോ. എൻ്റെ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് അന്നു പോർഷൻസ് ഒരു ഇടയിലൊരു ബ്രേക്ക് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിലും കൂടി ലാർജ്ലി ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ടുഗെദർ. സോ ദർ വാസ് നോ ദാറ്റ് ഗെറ്റിംഗ് ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് അന്നു. സോ ഐ തിങ്ക് ക്യാരക്ടർ പിടിച്ചു, അതങ്ങനെ ചെയ്തു. അത് അത്രയും ഐ ഡോണ്ട് തിങ്ക് വി ഓവർ തോട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഓൾസോ ആസ് മച്ച്. വി ലെറ്റ് സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ഓൾസോ പ്ലേ എ പാർട്ട് ഇൻ ഇറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഷൈ സർ ഓൾസോ, ഹി ഓൾസോ അറ്റ് സർട്ടൻ ഡേ ലൈക്ക് ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്താൽ അങ്ങനെ പിടിച്ചാലോ. He did have, like, once he saw the choreography, he had his expertise into the moment. And it worked. എനിക്ക് അതായിരുന്നു, like, it was അത്ര സിമ്പിൾ ആയിരുന്നു. You wanted me to make it more complicated?
No.
Thank you. Pretty simple.
This is good. Yeah. So, all of this, and you've been in this industry. You've been associated with art. And there's this very beautiful thing that you said about as an actor, rejection is the only way you know. You face a no every day. Through it all, how do you keep falling in love with the craft? How do you, like, with the conversation we've had so far, I know there's no other way you'd know. But if you were to still sum it up, like, what makes you want to wake up every day and be like, man, I'm so glad this is what I'm doing. I don't care whatever comes along with it. Our sadhanam, I don't know, like, what keeps you in that place, or what do you do to keep yourself in that place? Or is it just a very honest place of, I don't know, this is all I know and this is all I want to do?
On a very emotional space, when I say the characters I played, Nila in Aruga Kudichalam, a pregnant teenager, Golisora 2, Madhi, a girl next door Tamil girl, um, Bhagilakshmi in Clap, a 400-meter athlete. Aindam Vedam, Radhika and AI Radhika. I got to play an AI character. Um, Rond, Anu, Dosl, Ragita, B32 Mudal 44, Rachel. Even a small piece in Kubera has the character didn't have a name, but the mother character, or even governor that's coming up. How often or how else do you get to live so many lives in one life? That's why I love this. Like, it feels like, wow, you get to empathize with so many characters. You get to understand emotions or psychology or bodies or minds or lives of so many people. The thought process, it intrigues me, it excites me. I may sound like borderline some criminal, but no, but how else do you like? I have grown up reading books. Okay. You get, when you read novels and when you read a lot of these Amar Chitra Kathas, which my parents had and they handed over to me, or Chanda Mama, there are so many characters, there's so many things. And you fall in love with every character. But can we do that all in one life? Probably not. You have one and you get to live that. But only through this art form do you get to actually live or, be these characters. And that makes me want to get up every day morning and do or find something new. Irrespective, like I enjoy doing my movies in Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, even if it's Hindi, even if it's Bengali cinema tomorrow or anything. You just imagine to be able to be taken there, live that life. Isn't it something that we all secretly want somewhere? To be able to live multiple lives in one. Aren't we all constantly buying new clothes or trying new stuff to find something new within us? Somebody who wears jeans always tries wearing a skirt one day to just refresh themselves. So through these characters, I live new emotions. And I'm a sucker for those. I swear. I think the whole love for reading also is because I get to live those momentary. You get into wanting to being those characters, or you get an opportunity to be those characters, and I like that. I like those world. So that's what keeps me going into wanting to do this. And I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. It's not like a 5-year journey, 10-year journey. ഇത് തന്നെ ജീവിതം தீர்மானிச்சு வேற எதுவுமே தெரியாது எனக்கு. இப்படிதான் காசு சம்பாதிக்கணும், அது கூட அது மட்டுமே எனக்கு தெரியும். அது இல்லாம ഈവൻ ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ്സ് സ്റ്റേജ് ഇൻ ഭരതനാട്യം ആവട്ടെ, ഓരോ നായിക ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ പ്ലേ ചെയ്യാൻ നേരത്ത്, ഓരോ നവരസങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യാൻ നേരത്ത്, അതേ എനിക്ക് അറിയുള്ളൂ. അതേ, ദാറ്റ് only makes me feel connected to me. That is the only time I feel more connected to myself. So it's a kind of kick. It's a kind of addiction. Maybe right, maybe wrong. I don't know. Everybody can judge me. I'm open to being judged. But it is very addictive once you get that. That is what keeps me going. When I see a movie, when I see something, it's just perspectives. Being able to see things through different perspectives. ഒരേ സംഗതികൾ ഇപ്പൊ ഈ ചെയർ തന്നെ, I'm sure if I sit there and I look at this chair, it's going to be different. If I'm going to stand on something and look at this chair, it's going to be different. How you look at me, how I look at you. Isn't it kind of curious? Like, I mean, if I'm not an actor also, we think, അവര് നമ്മളെ കുറിച്ച് എന്തായിരിക്കും ചിന്തിക്കുന്നത്. So perspectives അല്ലേ ജീവിതം നമ്മുടെ. So ഓരോ perspectives even momentarily ജീവിക്കാൻ, for 1.5 hour you're somebody new, somebody exciting. It's like, even if you're a vegetable, like aloo in paratha and aloo in curry and aloo in stew, they all taste different. But that's what you enjoy about aloo, right? So it's kind of that. It's just the thought of being able to do multiple things or multiple lives, live multiple lives, excites me. That's why I think I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, Steffi.
And I wish that you get to do
Yes.
many more of this for the rest of your life.
And I hope to be on the 100th episode of Kadhakal.
ഇത് അവിടം വരെയൊക്കെ എത്തട്ടെ ദൈവമേ.
അത് ഞാൻ ഇത് ചെയ്തോണ്ട് ഈ പണി ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കാരണമല്ലേ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരാൻ കിട്ടിയത്.
അതെ.
ഇത് ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കട്ടെ ഞാൻ.
Yes.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
This
Steffi.
has been everything about how this episode happened is one for the books.
Yes, yes,
Whoever
yes. Yes.
thinks about it, everything about this is one for the books. Your last thoughts on being here in Kadhakal?
To begin with, I like the name of Kadhakal. The whole ഇതെൻ്റെ ഒരു ആഗ്രഹമാണ്. I'm going to tell it out loud because how best to manifest if not tell it out to the universe.
Yes.
എൻ്റെ ഒരു വീട് ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻറ്റ് ഹൗസ് വെക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ പേര് കഥ തന്നെ ആവണം. കഥ. It has to be Kadha.
Okay.
So I have a certain attraction to this entire word in itself.
Right.
So that's first thing that drew me,
Right.
like the choice of name,
Mhm.
because we are all stories.
Yeah.
Just some are good, some are not that good. But that is one thing. Second, I like how I mean I think we had a momentary love at first sight somehow.
Yeah.
There's something about people you connect with, right? And you know that conversation is going to be easy.
Mhm.
That's not going to be hard, and I want to believe that if people hear our conversation also, it can be a low-key indie movie types.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. So what attracted me, and obviously your previous interview also, I thought, and like if you want to say debutante host in the ഒരു fire ഉണ്ടല്ലോ,
Yeah.
അത് എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു.
Thank you.
So I think there are all of those things excited me to sit here today, and I was not wrong, darling.
Oh,
I was not wrong.
thank you so much.
I thoroughly enjoyed being here because one thing I loved is how informed you are. It feels very nice when somebody has heard you before and brings those back to you. It kind of you also feel like you were heard. In the end of the day, we all want to be heard and seen, So it feels nice to know that there is an effort taken there. And I like when somebody doesn't it's just that it's the right kind of push to say the right kind of things. So I liked your questions also. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for choosing to come here.
It was a good afternoon.
Yes. And all the best for Dose.
Yes,
and
thank you.
I cannot wait for Governor.
There's something more also that's coming, but until the announcement happens,
That we'll do a Instagram live interview.
കുറേ ചെയ്യാം.
Yeah.
കുറേ ചെയ്യാം.
I think ഇവര് നമുക്ക് ഇവരെ വിളിച്ചോണ്ടു അടുത്ത പ്രാവശ്യം.
Part 2, episode 2. See you
Episode
there.
2. Yeah. Part
To be
2.
continued.
To be continued in conversation with Krisha Kurup. Got it.
Bye.
Bye.